God's plan is a genius plan. Hey, what's up? It's Patrick, it's Rose via Fire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about God's plan is a genius plan. Um, I just want to say that, bro, like a lot of people have these misconceptions about God's plan. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have these misconceptions on um, just how God's plan is. They think that God's plan is this surface level thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Failing to realize, bro, that God's plan is a genius plan because God is a genius. You know what I'm saying? God be thinking ahead, bro. Like, there's been times when I was following God's plan for my life and God's plan saved me, bro. It saved me from certain situations. And it's like God just thought ahead, bro, and just planned things to the T, bro. You know what I'm saying? It like God really planned things out, bro. Like when you think God hasn't factored in all the things that you're gonna go through when you are trying your best to follow God's plan, and you're thinking, oh, God has not factored that in. I'm going through this storm, but God hasn't factored in how I'm gonna make it through this storm and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, bro, like God has factored all that stuff in, bro. God's plan is kind of like Light Yagami, bro. I don't know if you have any people who watch like Death Note. Like it's on some Light Yagami, L. For those of you who watch like Code Geass, it's on like some Le Rouge, Lamperouge. His name is hilarious, but it's on some Le Rouge, Lamperouge type. Is that how you say his last name? But it's on some Le Rouge type stuff, bro. It's on some Light Yagami type stuff. But the thing is, even like Batman too, because Batman be having all these plans too, like genius plans as well. But one thing that I'm saying is that God's plan is like Light Yagami, L, Le Rouge, Batman, and all the other anime geniuses combined together. But it's like God's plan for your life is even like smarter than them, bro. It's like better than all their plans combined. God's plan for your life is better than Light Yagami's plan. You know what I'm saying? It's better than Le Rouge plan, Batman's plan, L's plan. All of them combined, bro, they cannot truly compare to God's plan. And a lot of people forget that God is a genius, bro. Like God factors in so many things. Like God is a mastermind, bro. God be thinking ahead. He be planning ahead, bro. So next time that you feel like, dang, like God's plan for my life is not making sense. I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best, but it feel like, man, God's plan is not making sense. I understand that God's plan is a genius plan because God is going to think ahead and he's always going to have a way for you to make it out of situations that feel impossible. He already factored that in. God comes through right on time, bro. Like, and sometimes God being on time in the physical realm is going to feel like he's late. You got this dateline that you got this dateline or this date. And if you don't get something done by that date, you're going to face consequences or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The adulting world. It is what it is. Like, when you don't get stuff done by a certain date, you don't pay your rent or your bills at a certain rate, it's like you face consequences for it. But it's like God's plan is like God's time. Bro, God is always on time. You might be late in the physical, but in the spiritual, you're not late. So next time you feel like you're late in the physical, ask yourself, are you late in the spiritual though? Yeah, you could literally be dead late in the physical realm. But are you late in the spiritual realm though? That's why God showed up late in the physical, because he's on time in the spiritual. Man, God be exposing people. God be knowing these people be bluffing for real. God know these people ain't got no power over him. So he gonna take his time. And God takes his time, even though that means that we gotta suffer some more. I'm like, Lord, bro, can't you cut the days shorter so the suffering will be a little bit less? God is like, nah, bro. I'm gonna take my time, even though that means you gotta suffer a little bit longer. Because I know the perfect timing on when to deliver you this blessing, or the perfect time on when to deliver you from that situation. But do not get it twisted. God factored in all these things within his plan, bro. God has an exit plan for you within his plan. He's gonna always deliver you within his plan. All you gotta do is just keep making good decisions, keep trusting God, and keep going, bro. Keep going forward. And God is always going to deliver you. He has a perfect plan, bro, for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, bro, like, yeah, you late in the physical. Man, like, God is late, bro. Like, why is God late, bro? I need deliverance. I need a miracle. Why is God late? Yeah, you might be literally late in the physical realm because you're seeing the consequences of being late in the physical realm. But are you late in the spiritual realm, though? And God's timing is always perfect, bro. God may not save you when you want him to save you, but God is going to save you when you need it the most. Would you rather have a friend who always shows up for you, but when you need it the most, they turn on you? Or would you rather have a person who always show up for you, and when you need it the most as well, they also still show up? You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to talk about this, bro. God's plan is like a genius plan. And let me look at my notes real quick. That's why we should always trust God, bro, because God's plan is a genius plan, bro. Like, God's plan is on some Light Yagami type stuff, LaRouche type stuff. I might also add in this character from Alice in Borderland. His name is Shishia. He's also a genius, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. But these are all like genius characters, but they level of like being smart, bro, it doesn't even compare to God. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. So if they smart and they still won all they battle, I can't even speak, bruh. These words is trying to interrupt the message of the gospel. I'm tripping over words, all type of stuff, but let's keep it going. I'm gonna have to see these words on Judgment Day. They trying to interrupt the gospel. How dare they? But look though, if these characters in anime and in movies, they are geniuses and they always win their battles based off of how smart they are, they always winning their battles based off of based off of the fact that they are geniuses. Just imagine how much you would win in life if you trust God's plan for your life. That is much more genius level than all these characters combined. You see what I'm saying? If you had Batman, Light Yagami, LaRouche, let me throw in like Shishia from Alice in Borderland. If you had these characters on your team, bro, you know what I'm saying? In like a movie, bro, you're going to feel confident that you're going to win because you got, bro, when you have a bunch of geniuses on the same team, you're going to feel confident that you're going to survive. Your survival rate going to go up by 10 million%. You're going to feel confident. You're going to be like, damn, bro, I could relax. Nah, bro, these people is smart, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the presence of real geniuses, bro. I could really relax. We about to win, bro. We about to win because we surrounded by geniuses. When you're surrounded by geniuses, you really could relax, be like, man, we about to win. But why is it that when it comes to God, bro, who is much more genius than all these people, we start to panic, bro? You know what I'm saying? We start to not trust God, bro. That because, like, not many people have really spoke about this for real. Like, God's plan is a genius plan. Not many people have really like made these comparisons to like all these geniuses and stuff like that and really brought it back to God's plan. It's like, bro, when it comes to God, bro, like these churches and all these preachers, bro, they ain't even telling you nothing, bro. They just motivational speakers, bro. They ain't even like, bro, people need like better insight on what God's plan truly is, bro. God's plan, God thinks ahead, bro. God is a mastermind, bro. He gonna plan your escape, bro. He gonna give you the escape. He gonna give you the victory from that bondage, bro. He gonna plan everything meticulously, bro. He's a genius, bro. God's plan is a genius plan. It is not no regular plan. When people talk about God's plan, oh yeah, God's plan, they talk about it like it's this boring thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Failing to realize that God's plan is a meticulously genius crafted plan, bro. Like, I feel like that's the side of God's plan that people be missing, bro. If people knew that God's plan is truly like a masterpiece, like genius level, Light Yagami type stuff, bro, people will really start to trust God, bro, because they will be like, damn, bro. Now, of course, it's common sense that God is a genius, but like, It's like you need different people within the kingdom of God to talk about different things about God, bro. You know what I'm saying? To just speak on it in like a different level, like in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like you just need different people to really just speak on it in a real way, like in a way that humans could understand, in a way that everybody gets it. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody to break it down in a way that, dang, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just need the extra perspective, bro. And then boom, you start trusting God 10 times more because you like you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but when people think of God's plan, bro, they don't think that it's they don't understand how deep this stuff get, bro. God's plan gets deep. God's plan brings healing to your soul. God's plan brings healing. God's plan brings protection. God's plan brings like escape. It gives you an exit plan. It delivers you. It sets you free. It renews your mind. It renews your heart. That's a genius plan. If a plan could do all these things for a person, that is a genius plan. That is not no regular plan, bro. That is some mastermind type stuff, bro. That is some high level IQ type stuff. For a plan to be able to do this, and for the plan to also give you victory over the devil and over your enemies as well. Like, bro, all types of, bro, that is not no, that plan comes with a lot of victories, bro. That is not no regular surface level plan, bro. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about, bro. Peace.